Hey everybody, so I just kind of wanted to give you another video this week after I've taken the time to review a lot of your assignments from last week, and I just kind of wanted to again voice and for you to see my face and hear my expressions whenever I'm talking about this. I just have to say that I am finding myself very disappointed. It is becoming quite apparent to me that you guys are not taking the time to review the PowerPoint and to listen along with the PowerPoint, which is showing in your assignments. So as I was reviewing your discussion boards for last week's cardio assignment, I noticed that you guys did not take the time to review the PowerPoint on your heart rate and your target heart rate zone. So whenever I was reading your assignments, there was a lot of, I stayed at my target heart rate, which was X number, whatever that number was, 130, 137, whatever that may be. So I just kind of want to reiterate the fact that it's very important for you to review the slides and actually listen. I really try hard and take the time to make those PowerPoints as short as I can and not drag them out for hours and hours and hours. Because if you notice, the PowerPoints are usually only like 10 to 15 minutes long, and in a class you're sitting in there for about 50 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes. So I think that that's a really fair trade-off in terms of keeping things short in perspective and trying to give you the information as quickly as I can. So please take the time to review those. It's not just a waste of your time. I'm really putting in the information that you need in those PowerPoints. So in relation to that, I just want to explain to you one more time what the importance of keeping within your heart rate zone is and what it is and how you calculate that. So number one, your max heart rate is 220 minus your age, so that's the max that your heart rate can go. It's a standard set for everybody, just depends on your age. So that's your max heart rate. Your target heart rate zone is a zone, so it's not just one number, it's a bottom number and a top number that you're keeping your heart rate in during exercise. So it's impossible for you to keep your heart rate at one number throughout exercise, and that defeats the point of exercise. You actually burn more fat and burn more calories whenever you're getting your heart rate up and then bringing it back down, bringing it up and bringing it back down. That's exactly why HIIT is so popular and why HIIT is so successful, because it's high intensity interval training where you get your heart rate up and then you bring it back down in a short period of time. So that's why people have a lot of success with HIIT, and that's what I'm talking about with your heart rate zone, of keeping it within that zone. Because again, it's impossible to keep your heart rate at one number. Excuse me. You can hear that I'm clearly still on the mend and trying to get better from the wonderful thing called the flu. So target heart rate zone is dependent upon your max heart rate and your activity level. So in your PowerPoint, you will see a slide that breaks down activity level, and it gives you percentages of how hard you should be working based upon that activity level. So if you are not active at all, your activity level or your target heart rate zone is going to be completely different for someone who is vigorously active. So someone who is not active, your target heart rate zone might be like, I don't know, like 50% to 60% of your max heart rate. So then you have a bottom number, say like 90 to 120 would maybe be your target heart rate zone. So what you do is you times your max heart rate by the percentage of the zone that you want to work. So again, depending upon your physical activity level, so say someone like myself who's very active, I would like for my target heart rate zone to be higher, so therefore my target heart rate zone is going to be anywhere from like 70 to 85%, or even higher than that. So what I would do is I would times my max heart rate by 0.7, so 70%, that's my bottom number, that's my lower end of my target heart rate zone, and then I would times my max heart rate by 0.85, which would be my upper zone. So I want to stay within those numbers while I'm exercising. Again, I saw a lot of people saying that they just had one number, which is completely incorrect. I also saw some people with very low numbers. Somebody put that their target heart rate zone was like 40 to 80, which is, there's no way. So target heart rate zone, your heart rate is 40 when you're sleeping, maybe, and most people with a resting heart rate of 40 are very, very active individuals. So they're like marathon runners, they're pro athletes, they're Olympians with a resting heart rate of 40. So please acknowledge that your resting heart rate is probably not 40. If it is, that's fantastic, but that should still not be in your exercise zone. So resting heart rate is anywhere between like 50 to 80. 80 is pretty high for a resting heart rate sometimes. So, but if you're not active, then that's fine, and 80 is probably pretty spot on for you. So 50 to 80 is a resting heart rate. Anything above 80, 90 should be within your working heart rate zone. So I hope that helps clarify what I'm talking about. And it's very important for you to track your heart rate, so before and after or during, to make sure you're in your zone. So a lot of people, there's not many people that I know that don't have an Apple Watch or something of that sort. Or you can track it the old-fashioned way with your pulse. So make sure you're tracking that, and that was the point of doing that assignment, is for you to learn about tracking your heart rate and where your heart rate should be. So that's why I'm disappointed, because the assignments are important for the physical activity, but that assignment in particular was kind of to set you up for the rest of the semester, in terms of tracking your heart rate and knowing where you should be from here on out. So hence why I'm disappointed, because again, that was a very big part of that assignment, and it seems that a lot of you missed that part of the assignment. So moving forward, I would really like for you to calculate your target heart rate. And you can send it to me if you want to, or you can put it in your discussion board, however you want to do that. But I want to see that you know what your target heart rate is. So I want you to email me or put in your discussion board. I know it's due today. I want you to tell me your max heart rate. What's your max heart rate? I want you to tell me what percentage you're wanting to work at based upon your physical activity level. So you need to tell me that I am going to work between 50 and 70%, but I want you to follow the numbers that are on your PowerPoint slides based upon your physical activity. So that's what I want to see, and I want to see your target heart rate zone. So I want to see those three things in the email or in the discussion board. If you're emailing me, that's due by Sunday. Obviously, the discussion board, you can edit that if you want to. You can edit your initial post, and that can be due Sunday too. So those three things need to be in an email or your discussion board by Sunday. Thanks, guys.